What's your first read of the guy? What's his aspect? What did you think?
Well, I was not looking. I had no interest in the meeting because I'd never watched the show. I just remembered him as a guy that was bankrupt all the time and a guy Goldman Sachs would never finance. So he's not in my radar scope. Just a promoter. I get in there and I was number one blown away by his presence. People like Palin and Obama and these people, there's something about their charisma and something about their ability to own a room. Trump walks in and he owns a room. There's a presence about the guy that I was not, because I didn't take him very seriously. We sit down, it's a 2-hour meeting. He doesn't know a lot because he's not supposed to. It's not that it's all about politics and very specific. And he doesn't know any policy, which he shouldn't. He's a real estate guy and a TV guy. He doesn't know any policy. Dave's walking through this. But what struck me, I talk about populism. And I say, I give him the history of populism when Andrew Jackson, William Jennings Bryan, bring him up to date with Ross Perot, everything like that. And he turns to me, he goes, "That's what I am." And I go, "What?" He goes, "A popularist." I go, No, it's populist. And he goes, "Yes, yeah, I got it, popularist." And I go, No, it's populist. And after I said it the second time, Bossy gives me the kick under the table. He says populist, I let it go. And then he turns on about China. And we get into this conversation about China. And we talk about trade, we talk about non-trade barriers, talk about the South China Sea, we talk about currency manipulation. Of a 2-hour meeting, the China thing is 20 or 30 minutes long. It's the one thing he knows. And I realize he's regurgitating my guy Lou Dobbs. But I'm telling you, it's the one thing he's engaged and he's got well-formed opinions. So we leave the meeting. Bossy says, I'm on the train on the way back. Bossy said, "What you think?" And I'm sitting there going, I've been thinking about it. His thing on popularist, I was wrong and he was right. And he goes, "What do you mean?" He says, "You wouldn't let off on that. That's why I kicked you." And I said, "Yeah, I was trying to give him the standard thing." He thinks of things differently. He is a popularist. He's not a populist. He thinks about things from himself. And I said, "That's pretty amazing. He was actually right and I was wrong." And Bossy goes, "Yeah, I could tell that." And then he says, "What else? What about this China thing? You guys were on China forever." I go, "Dave, here's the amazing thing. I can't in Washington, D.C., outside maybe some nudge at a think tank, have the conversation I just had with this guy in China. Nobody will talk about non-trade barriers. Nobody will talk about currency manipulation. They couldn't pick South China Sea. He talks about the South China Sea." I said, "It's amazing to me. He actually has what I think is one of the biggest threats, if not the biggest threat we got coming. He understands China better than anybody in the city.